Meet Rodrick Heffley, the emo boy next door.
Better not ruin it for me.
And Regina George, the queen bee of the school.
You know what everyone says about you? That fake apology?
They were never supposed to meet, but the internet had other plans. Get ready to witness a pairing the world has never seen.
And now, back to our regularly scheduled program, only on Yapping About Nostalgia.
I was searching on Reddit, like I always do, because like that's where I get my source of opinions from, because Reddit is more real. Some people didn't like this ship because they said this wouldn't really work. But I'm going to start off with why I believe it will work and why a lot of people are in support of this pairing. With Regina, she wants control over everything. She doesn't like change. She wants to be the change. She wants to be the one in charge of the change. So even when Caddy came in, she was still taking control over her. Now Rodrick, on the other hand, he well, because the Diary of the Kid is from Greg's perspective, we see Rodrick to be really rebellious. He's the opposite of control. He wants control over his life in a sense, but he doesn't like to go with the rules that society is trying to pin on him. You know, classic emo alternative guy. Because of them being polar opposites, people are like, oh my gosh, this could work, because it really raises the stake of if this relationship will work, if this relationship will last, how this relationship affects their personality. In my theory, if I was writing Rodrick into Mean Girls, I would say Regina and Rodrick were friends in the past, but you know, they went to their separate ways. It wasn't really like a friendship like My Little Pony friendship, but mainly like, oh, you're cool, like acquaintance. They were acquaintances, right? And I feel as though he was admiring her a little bit. He would try, but she would always shut him down. I feel like Regina would insult him and stuff, but he would still take that. And then I believe when Caddy came in and they were trying to start this whole revolution against the plastics, when he heard that they're trying to plot against Regina, I feel like he was still heavily involved with the plot, but he was trying to turn it against them and not onto Regina. So when everything went, you know, crazy, he would be the main one next to Regina. That's what I would do. That's how I would write their romance. For me personally, just because of how polar opposite they are, I don't really think they would really rub off each other like that. I feel as though the people around them, the environment around them would change them more, and then that would slowly put them together. I would also have heavy enemies to lovers. There would be heavy banter. Rodrick, I feel like, would be the one to initiate this banter, and then Regina would either ignore it or she would try to entertain it a little bit. Just a little bit. Not too much to the point where other people can see that she's enjoying this interaction. So I feel as though the reason why people love this pairing is because they have this perspective that Regina or Rodrick could change one another, but specifically Rodrick can change Regina, which I find it to be so interesting because I feel like Rodrick has some characteristics that he should change as well, and I think Regina could help him, but people really focus on Rodrick helping Regina.
I 100% believe the Geek Charming movie that came on Disney Channel was really a prime reason as to why people are trying to push for Rodrick to help Regina instead of the opposite way, because that movie went crazy. There were so many people who loved that movie, and you know, I think it's just like a different concept. Instead of a popular girl helping people, she's the one who needs help. But I can see either way. It's just interesting to see that narrative being pushed out more.
I'm gonna get into the next topic as to why I believe this pairing got really popular is because people crave for intense relationships in media. Nowadays, it's so lackluster. Where's the stakes? Something that's fun, but you can obviously tell that there's growth within the relationship. All those classic 2000s rom-com like Legally Blonde. Was that a rom-com? I I'm gonna put it in there. Legally Blonde, 13 turned 30, 10 Things I Hate About You. There's one I watched on Netflix, but it was kind of crappy. She was a fashion designer, and she was gonna marry the son of the mayor of New York, and then she moved to the countryside. I didn't like that movie. Don't watch that movie.
Yo, the reason why I didn't even like that movie was because she cheated on the mayor. He was like a good guy. Like, there were so many cheating scandals going on, and I just don't like cheating in romances, so that's why I didn't like it. But I don't know. I was expecting a little bit more. And plus, she already married to another guy, and she was trying to date someone else. Huh? Make it make sense.
There's no iconic pairings when it comes to romances. It's just like, oh, you like her, you like him, okay, good, get together, boom, there is the end. And then there's babies. I don't want to see the babies yet. I want to see their romance develop. I don't understand why when it comes down to romances, people think that they could just put anything together and people will eat it up. Like, no, we have standards.
You're watching Yapping About Nostalgia. We'll be right back.
Let's talk about a little downsides. With enemies to lovers, one of the foundational levels is miscommunication. I feel like there would be some sort of miscommunication or love triangle. So there's one thing that I'm like, okay, it would work, but they would have to develop it during the movie or fanfic or whatever people are trying to make this pairing into. You know how I was saying that I can fix them trope? Yes, they would be fixed, but would it be a good fix or would it be a bad fix? Because listen, Regina was not a good girl. Regina was not a nice girl. She was a mean girl, hence the title Mean. I don't think Rodrick would even have the capabilities to even change her to make her into this nice saint. And it's the same with Regina. I don't think she was able to change Rodrick into someone who would actually take agency over his life. So I think their change would be a bad change. If Regina tried to change Rodrick, I feel like she would try to make him into one of the plastics, one of her minions, someone like she could play with or toy with. And then Rodrick, he would let her do that, and he would rebel anyone that tried to break this fantasy that he has with Regina. That's one of the big downsides that I could see, is what's really the change that the audience wants to see within them. Would they be like a villainous couple, or would they be a heroic couple at the end of the movie? That would be interesting. I kind of root for the villainous couple. Villainous couples like Joker or Harley Quinn. People want more high drama. People want more dramatic romance. What's stopping you from coming together? How are you going to overcome these boundaries? Now, I'm going to talk about why I think people put Rodrick in the Mean Girls universe instead of Regina in the Diary of a Wimpy Kid universe. They're saying the reason why they believe Regina and Rodrick wouldn't work is because outside of Greg's perspective of Rodrick, Rodrick was like a loser. He was such a loser. He had no game. They even brought up the example of that blonde hair chick, and I think it was like the third movie in which he was trying to get with her, but she wasn't feeling him. Because of that, people are putting Rodrick into the Mean Girls universe. It's more of a mature universe, so we can actually see what Rodrick was actually doing in Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Like, obviously Rodrick was getting stoned because Diary of a Wimpy Kid is a kid's movie. They can't really show everything that he was doing. That's one of the reasons why when creating these pairings and these fan edits, they usually put the focus on to Rodrick being inside the Mean Girls universe. And I think it's a good way to develop this world for this pairing. I wouldn't put Regina in Rodrick's universe just because it wouldn't even make sense. It just seems off-putting. Like, she belongs in the Mean Girls universe, and I feel like Rodrick would fit anyways because they also had those categories for the high schoolers, so he would fit well with the emo kids and like the stoners, etc. I'm getting really into depth with this. I'm getting really excited about this pairing. Like, I've been watching the fan edits, and the fan edits are really good. It really brought me back to the fan edits on YouTube in the 2000s. For the last minute thought segment, we're gonna look at some other cross-shipping pairings because there's a lot on TikTok right now, and I really want to share it with you guys.
Let's finish this conversation another time. I have your competition on the phone.
Okay, let's type in cross-shipping. Cross-shipping. Oh my gosh. First off, we have, what's her name? Lara Jean and Peter? Let me crazy. You know, I would have never put 2 and 2 together. Okay, I like this one. Like, oh, this one. What's his name? Oh, someone said the fact they were both lobotomized. And then someone said the fact that they would have a smart kid. And he would make her bibble. Like, yes, PJ and Kat, that would be so cute. I feel like Kat needed that type of character in her life. Or Andre. I still ship Kat and Andre. I do. I ship Andre with basically everyone in the cast. So, I don't know. Next one. I like it. Ooh, what's this one?
Ooh, Haji, Whitlock, ooh, and that white boy. Ow!
Ooh. Okay, wait. So, backstory. So, I was trying to watch, what's this called? A City on the Hill, Village on the Hill, something on the hill, Hill on the Hill. I don't remember the name, but I know what show they're talking about. And, like, Brandy, Moesha. That would be cute. I'm liking this one. Let's see. Ooh.
Allowed to wear hats in class, and I don't think anybody should be an exception to that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but hats.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love this. I really love this. The concept of Spider-Man being the Prince of Genovia. Oh my gosh, someone said it's like I can see that. I'm having double lives, one in public and the other is private. But what if he's like reporting on the princess too and he's also hiding his identity? They ate that. Like, I love this one. I'm saving this one. That was so cute. Let me find the spooky. Yes, the spooky and Betty one. Y'all, just watch.
Still shouldn't have punched him.
Bro. Hear me. This. Let's see the comments. Spooky would not play about Betty. Yes, he would not. And her dad would hate him for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna need a fanfic for this. ASAP. Oh. I mean, I don't really like Jade, but I don't really like Austin Alley either. What the heck? Yo, he's so for real. No, but how did we get to this conclusion? It reminds me of Mordecai and Twilight. But Beyonce and the guy for Squid Games is crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, that was fun. I hope you guys liked this video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Please let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this cross-shipping pairing, this crack shipping pairing. I don't know why it's called crack shipping. I have to look into that. But let me know down in the comments who's your favorite cross-shipping pairing. Right now, it's Betty and Spooky. But let me know down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!